underground അല്ലത് സാധനം മേടിച്ചിട്ട് ഡയറക്റ്റ് താഴെ പോയാ പോരെ ഇതിന്
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, very good evening. So let's start. We have now around 22 participants or 21 participants. So let's go on. Okay. So we were dealing with operations management, no, like a week before. That is no, like I think 2 weeks before. We started off, but last week I couldn't make up for the class because now I was stuck up in some other assignment. So let's have a quick recap of like what we went through, what we saw in our last session. Okay, so we were seeing about the definition of operations management, which is no, like it's a management of systems or processes to create goods and provide services, and it's concerned with converting the materials into labor and labor into goods and services, and as effectively as possible to maximize the profit of an organization. That is managing all the operations involved in the production process or no, like service delivery process. So even we saw that no, it's an integration of all the factors in the business. So if you want to know, like control the operations only in one particular department, you can do that. And if you want to know, like control the overall operations in a concern or in an organization, you can implement that as well, following few procedures or technologies. No, like many technologies are available, no, for implementing this management process, that is not to take control of the operations which is happening in the organization. So it includes no three factors: business processes, finance, and technology. So integration of all these three, like it requires the management and the evolution of management. That is like how the 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 people in olden days, like started off the process, is to start with in the initial days, of the civilization. Each individual has his or her own way of survival. So slowly they started becoming groups. They teamed together, and they were performing something, like which is like useful to the society, or like for the development of the civilization. And slowly, like it started off. And when industrial revolution happened in late 1800s, so there was a need for the control of all the operations. So even before that industrial revolution, like there were only very small groups of people, who are usually into business, who usually procure the products and doing the trade. Or sometimes they may manufacture the products, assemble the products and do the trade. Or they will be just commission agents or brokerage agents, and they will be involved in the trade. But after the industrialization happened, everything, the sale, procurement, and like storage, production, and like distribution, everything has become bulk. So previously it was the products were like distributed in unitized way. That is like usually people sell in unitized way, maximum 10, 15 units, per day. But nowadays, like products are being transported and like procured product produced in bulk.
Doesn't mean to
Guys,
destroy, to get away, or to cancel.
please,
For instance, let's
please
say
mute your audio.
he destroyed it or he gets rid of it. It would read like this: I did not come to destroy, but to destroy. Or I did not come to destroy, but to cancel. That just doesn't work, right? That doesn't make any sense at all. We know to fulfill. He was
Okay, fine. Make sure you're muting the audio. It's creating a lot of disturbance, during the class. Okay. So especially after the industrial revolution, everything has become bulk. Procurement has become bulk. The production has become bulk. Transportation has also become bulk. Because like people started transporting the products. That is, whether it is raw materials or the completed products. So they started transporting in bulk. And even distribution has become bulk because of overgrown customers. There is like the density of the customers, the number of customers and consumers, like they kept on increasing. So to attend to their need, to give a solution to their problem, so factories and like production units, they started increasing the operations, increasing the production. And so there was a need for control over all the operations. So here operations doesn't mean you have to concentrate only on the production function, but the overall operations related to the product. There is no like quality or no like procurement and no like the designing part and the adding like some user manual or some enhancement to the product and marketing and advertising. So everything, even the price fixation. So everything needs a control because like money is involved, money factor is involved in all these processes. So there was a need for this operations control. And then we saw about the process in the operations management, how to manage the operations. So input would be manpower, material, machine, money, and information. So all these would be the input. That is like comes into the business in the beginning stage. And the transformation stage would be, the product design, the design planning or process planning, the production, the control, and the maintenance. And the output, that is the distribution process, would be either it would be the product or the services. So here, during this whole process, from start till end, the only variables we will be, seeing, that is no experiencing in the company, that is the organization, is inventory, quantity, and cost. So these three are the variables. It keeps on changing time to time because we cannot now set a limit of the inventory, like for quite some time. So it depends on the people's needs. So according to the people need, the inventory, that is the number of the unit, like the quantity of the materials being procured and produced and distributed, that keeps on changing. And the cost, it keeps on changing. And the quality and like more advancements of the product, like more technology, which is involved in the product or service. So that also keeps changing. And then we saw about what is the difference between plan and strategy. So plan is something, no, like it is not implemented yet. You just have a plan. Strategy is a part where you have started implementing your plan. So that is the difference. And we saw plan is internal, that is concrete in nature, and strategy is external, and it is abstract in nature. So strategy, it is no like applicable in overall process. And the only thing is, while doing the planning, you can have no like several plans. That is no like plan A, plan B. You can no have it in no like have in your hand. And while no like going with the strategy, when the plan is being executed, so you have to stop then and there. If there is any deviation or you find that no that this strategy doesn't work, then you have to go back, select the plan, the other plan, and then you have to start implementing it. And we saw the basis of comparison. Then types of planning, aggregate planning and distribution requirement plan. So aggregate planning, no, like the maximum period, no, like before the start of any process is no 6 to 18 months. And once this has been done, the planning stage is over. So immediately the start of the process will happen. Distribution planning, no, like after the delivery of goods, no, like no, like that would be planned. That is not just before the delivery of goods or while during the delivery of goods, the DRP would be done. And types of strategies, level strategy, chase strategy, and hybrid. So level strategy is no like according to the demand of the market, the company keeps on no producing the goods. Chase strategy is something no like produce only the goods no which is needed for that particular season or particular time. So there is no like a control in the inventory. There is control in the storage cost. So that would be no like there would not be a no like there would not be a situation where the company needs to hold too much inventory or keep control of too much stock. So whatever is needed, no, the company will produce only that much quantity and no like not more. And hybrid strategy is no like it combines both the strategies, level and chase. That is push and pull strategy. And then, yes, for now, this control process, this operations control process, that is managing the operations, the world has no like come up with, that is the industry, the companies in the world, no, like it has come up with many techniques. So many operation techniques, many operation control techniques. So out of all the techniques, the top contributor in this particular factor is Japan's Toyota. So their Toyota production system, which is otherwise called as TPS. So no, like it's famously called as TPS. So that was the origin, no, like that TPS base. It was the origin where many of the techniques has been no like given rise. So the technicians working there, the chief engineers working, like the who were working in TPS, it is a Toyota production system. So they came with like many innovative ideas. So this all started after the Second World War. We know very well, like after the Second World War, like the half of the Japan was it was not completely like into trash. So there was a need in the country to cope up with the world, and for that factor they have to they have to work harder and they have to work smarter as well. So the technical people like in Japan, whoever is in the like the production or the industry that is in the business, so they thought only the now hard work is not going to pay them well enough. So smart work is also going to pay them like good. So this was the shortest route. These techniques were the shortest route, like which took them to the the higher to become the like topmost contributor of products and services in the world. So maximum, like other than Six Sigma and this PERT and Gantt chart, JIT, Jidoka, Kanban, Kaizen, Soko, Lean, this Muri. So all these techniques or all these factors were contributed to the industrial world by TPS, Toyota Production System in Japan. So why we are taking only these factors no as consideration no for operations management is most of the companies, most of the industries no like they follow these techniques. So other than Six Sigma and no like going with PERT diagram and Gantt chart for no like controlling the few operations, most of the companies worldwide so they follow these few techniques. So we are going to see one by one. So what is JIT, what is Jidoka? Few techniques you would have heard, no, like already, because no, few of you have been, no, like would have been working in the industry where, no, like one or two of these techniques is being implemented. And for example, Kaizen and Six Sigma, Lean, just in time. So these are no like well-known techniques, no, like right now, no, it's not so famous techniques, which is no like implemented by most of the logistic companies or supply chain companies, so production companies. So it can be, like any company. For example, even IT company, like IT industry, so that too follows this Six Sigma. It follows lean technology. It follows just in time, and it even follows like Kanban. Few companies, IT companies also follow Kanban. So let's see, like what these factors or what these techniques, like contribute to the, the service or the production industry. Okay, let's start with JIT, which is just in time. So we know very well what is just in time, but for others who doesn't have who don't have any idea about this, so it is asking the raw material suppliers, that is the resource suppliers, to supply their raw materials or the products which has to go under the production just before the production starts. It is usually what happens. So imagine yourself as a production manager or as a business owner who has own production unit or a manufacturing unit or an assembly unit, whatever. So you have two options to go on with the daily production. The first is either you can procure the raw materials in advance. You can procure the raw materials in advance. You can store it in your own warehouse, or you can even outsource the warehouse outsource the warehouse operations to a third party logistic provider. You can store the raw materials in that warehouse, so before the production starts, you can now acquire or take the required raw materials out of the shelf and you can use it for production. This is one option you have. The other option is JIT, which is completely opposite of warehousing, completely opposite of storage. That is you can ask your raw material suppliers to supply the raw materials just before the production starts. So they have to supply the raw materials in your factory doorstep before the production starts. So this is just in time. So it's an inventory strategy companies employ to increase the efficiency and decrease waste by receiving goods only as they are needed in the production process, thereby reducing inventory cost. Here you can identify two factors. The first one being decreasing the waste, and the second one being reduce the inventory cost. So let's take the first one, decrease the waste. So how a company can, an organization or a production unit can decrease the waste in storages? Since there is no storage, no wastages happen. A simple concept. So if you have a storage location, a warehouse, kind of set up in your factory or very nearby to your production unit, so you have to store the products. So when the products are handled by men or machinery, obviously, one or two products or even more than that, no. So because of mishandling, the products could get damaged. So for any other reason, the products may get damaged. So what happens? You may require a particular quantity of raw materials for that day production to get produced on that particular day. But while taking off the product from the warehouse shelf and shifting it to the factory location, so during the movement of goods, a few products gets damaged or wasted, so there will be a decrease in the inventory. So which will force you to buy more inventory. So by completely avoiding the storage concept or the warehouse concept, you can decrease the waste. And the second factor we saw is reducing inventory cost. So having a warehouse, maintaining a storage means you're investing money on that factor. So for that particular, you are not using a particular location in your production unit, or you're using your warehouse location for storing the product. So the cost you're spending for that particular location, the space utilization, like that would be little more other than the production cost. And then you will be paying for the employees or the workers who are into managing the inventory. So again, there is a cost factor. And then to maintain that inventory, like you have to take care of few things. That is the, like availability of electricity and availability of like water system for the employees working there, and like the other like if the products are perishable products, so you have to have a refrigerated kind of a system, that is like temperature controlled system in your storage unit, which is again like it pulls more cost. So by completely avoiding the inventory hold, that is like completely avoiding the holding of inventory in your storage unit or warehousing, you can follow JI. So let's see the second point. This method requires that producers are able to accurately forecast the demand. Technology plays an important role in JIT, and information systems such as ERP is required to implement JIT in any organization. So gone are the days where you will call the suppliers, raw material suppliers or the vendors to come with their sources or come with the raw materials at a particular time to your factory location. So you can inform them in advance with the use of technology. So when email was introduced, everyone was using email for easier communication, faster communication. Then slowly, like we got used to mobile phones. So from text messaging, now we are using, like instant messaging, apps like WhatsApp. So using this technology, like we are informing or like passing the information, any kind of information to the parties, to whom we want to communicate. So now in the system with the, like in the office system, you can like have ERP application, or no CRM application. ERP application would be better. So ERP application or like anything related to ERP, where all the stakeholders involved related to the product can access that system, can access that software. So each party there would come to know what is happening to the product. So what is happening in your factory floor? Everyone will be knowing to whomever you're giving the access. For example, you're the business owner or you're the production manager. You have installed this ERP software or the application in your factory system. That is the computer system or in the laptop. And you have given access for this application to your vendor as well as your, the supervisor, manufacturing supervisor, that is the like the floor supervisor, and you have given the access to warehouse manager, and you have given the access to transportation manager, and finally to any of your distribution channel, just say like a wholesaler. So 5 of them along with you can access this application. So when the product is like moved, that is like transported from the source, that is from where it has been originated to the factory floor, the vendor, the supplier updates that in the ERP system. So everyone who has the access knows that, okay, this much unit or this much quantity, and this is the raw material. And through this transportation vehicle, the vendor has supplied to the factory floor. And who has paid for the transportation? Whether the vendor took care of the transportation cost, loading and unloading cost, or was it the business owner who has not taken, who took the responsibility of paying for the transportation cost and loading and unloading cost? Everyone, to whomever you're giving the access, everyone knows it. So with this technology, it is no like even faster than WhatsApp, no like organizations, no like parties involved in this whole process, no. So they will come to know what is happening to the product or to the machinery or to the raw material or no like whatever, no like the service, the feedback of the customer. So everything is shared by everyone, shared to everyone. So they can input as well as they can get output. And no like especially for supply chain industries, this Microsoft's Dynamics 365. That's a new application. So for supply chain management, no, so that gives an excellent, no, like ERP support. Okay, so what is the advantage and disadvantage of this JIT? Just in time. First, let's see the advantages. The first one being the cost saving. That is lower on stock holding, lesser working capital. So that we have already discussed. Since there is no maintenance of inventory or no maintenance of storage, there is no need for storage. Cost can be saved. Non-obsolete. Non-obsolete in the sense, you know very well only this much product has to be produced for that particular day or for that particular week, because you're going to produce only for those customers who are going to need it. How do you know? Because you have not done a forecast beforehand. So you're not going to know like procure more, produce more, and not try to push the products more to the customers. So that's not happening here. You have not done the forecasting. The demand forecasting is done, and based on that, you know very well, no, like for next 1 week, around 500 to 700 customers would be like demanding your product. So you are only producing a maximum of 700 quantities. So for producing that 700 quantities of products, you're procuring only like that much quantity of raw material required. So there is no need for like producing extra products and like extra products being stored in the store warehouse, and like if suddenly the trend has changed, the remaining products, it becomes obsolete stock. So that scenario is not found in JIT. And then time saving. Yes, lesser time on quality inspection, because when the supplier supplies the product, just before the before the production starts, so the supplier makes sure each and every product is quality checked, and then the product will be supplied, and little room for mistakes. Since like there is a maintenance of quality standards and everything, there would be very little room for mistakes. Then the only disadvantage we have in JIT is you have to completely rely on the suppliers. That is you cannot be so confident, right? Like anyhow the product is in my control, so anytime I can start the productions. No, that is not going to happen here, because only if the supplier supplies the product, you can start the production. And the supplier is like supplying the product, the supply from the supplier side, from the vendor side, they have to make sure there is available quantity of the raw materials, and all has a good quality. And during the transportation of the materials, the transportation truck or the vehicle shouldn't get stopped anywhere else during this transit because of like breakdown, or because of traffic, or because of any other reason. Okay, so if that happens, here you cannot start the production as planned. So that is the only disadvantage you have in JIT. Otherwise, considering all the other things, JIT is an excellent technique, okay, to control the operations, especially the store warehousing, storage, and like production operations. Like it has an excellent control if you start implementing JIT in your production unit. This applies for not only for the physical products, but for other products as well, like services, or software, everything for any industry. This works out. Okay, the second technique introduced by TPS, Toyota Production System, is JIDOKA. It means automation. So now we have seen, no, like many, no production units or warehousing units, no, they have become fully automated. You can't even see a single human, no, in that unit, in that floor. So everything, no, like with the help of, no, like this robotic equipments and no, like the self-automated equipments, no, like everything is not done automatically. The fixing, assembling, everything, painting. It looks very beautiful, no? Like if you see those videos, no, fully automated production flows or fully automated warehouses, no, the whole process looks very beautiful. But what will happen sometimes, no, there is a mistake, no, like done in between the process. So without knowing this, the robotic systems and no the other automated machines, no, so it goes on no functioning. So if there is a mistake, no, like in between, there is a deviation, no, of the processing in between, no, there the automation or the machines, they just don't stop. They keep on with no like going. They keep on with the production. They keep on with the assembly. They don't stop there. So there, the human intervention is required. So if you see on one side, you cannot completely depend on manpower alone because obviously it takes no like some time, quite some time, no like for handling the product, for transporting the product, for no like assembling. So when you no like completely rely upon the manpower, it is very difficult process. And now the number of no like the consumer segment, no, it is becoming no like expanding. The segment is become no like segment is expanding. There are more and more consumers no like growing up on a daily basis. If they like the product, no, they recommend the product to their close friends and relatives, and they buy the product, and they know four of them or five of them. Again, they promote the company or promote the product to their friends and relatives. So the consumer number of consumers like it keeps on growing to supply like all the products required to that many consumers, that many customers. Completely relying upon the manpower will not work. You have to use the automation. But again, on the other hand, you cannot completely depend on the automation. So Jidoka applies or suggests the production or no any industry to use automation plus manpower, 50 plus 50. That is 50% and 50%. So it's a term used in lean manufacturing, meaning automation with a human touch. So how it is useful? So it applies four principles. So detect the abnormality. Stop. If it is detected, then stop the process there. Fix or correct the immediate action. Investigate the root cause and install a countermeasure. So these are the four principles. If you're applying Jidoka principle in your production unit or in your assembling unit or in your logistic unit, you have to follow these principles. First, you detect the abnormality. So after you have detected, you stop the process, immediately stop the production or immediately stop the assembly. Check the check where the the problem has happened, mistake has happened, fix that mistake, and investigate the root cause why it has happened, and do some troubleshooting things so that the remaining process that mistake will not get repeated. So where these is applied, let's see, take a look on what is the difference between when you apply complete automation or when you apply Jidoka automation. So how things works out when you take people into consideration. If you go for complete automation, the work is easier, but people still machine watching. And if you take Jidoka automation, that is when you apply Jidoka automation, productivity improves when people are multi-process handlers. So when involving people in this process, the people will be just looking. So you appoint a floor manager or a floor supervisor in a location, warehouse location, where a complete automation is going on. The supervisor has nothing to do, just to see the robots working, doing the process this and this. So this supervisor has no control over the automation there. But while applying Jidoka operation, that is automation, here the supervisor will have a control of that automation. So he'll be having that start stop button, no, like he will be no, like, or she will be standing next to that start stop button. So if the person detects no a single anomaly in any of the process, immediately the person can hit the stop button. So check the mistake. So why it has happened? Then no, like correct the take the no, like measures, corrective measures. Then click the on button. Then start off with the process. Okay. So while applying machines, from machines point of view, if you see, if you know going to complete automation, it keeps on running and running till the stop button is pushed or pressed. So the machine know like they don't take rest, right? So it keeps on no functioning, it keeps on producing, it keeps on no like processing. It don't takes rest unless and until no like it goes into a breakdown. But when applying Jidoka automation, the machines can, you are now making the machines detect the errors, and when it detects the errors, it automatically stops. You can make that thing work out. Then coming to quality, when you apply full automation, the machine crashes and mass production of defects can occur. So you can't stop in between. So once there is an anomaly, the next process, the whole process, no, like coming thereafter would be completely no like defective items. But when you apply Jidoka automation, the defects and machines crashes are prevented by auto stop. So you are installing a technique or you're giving the control of stopping the automation to a human. When the anomaly is detected, immediately the machine auto stops or this human can push the stop button then and there itself. Then finally, response to problems. So while applying complete automation, errors are found later, root cause correction takes longer because now you can't stop the process in between. So after the process is done, at the end of the process, then only know you will be able to find the errors. Then you will find the root cause of the errors. Then you take the corrective measures, which is a long process. While applying automation, errors cause machine to stop and root cause can be found very quicker. So the whole concept of Jidoka is a situation deviates from the normal workflow, that is an anomaly has been detected, the line is stopped, that is immediately either the machine auto stops or a human who has the control over the overall automation, no, like he or she stops the operation. So machine detects a problem and communicates it. So it did not like communicates to the supervisor or whoever knows taking control of the operation. So immediately that person receives the communication from the system, from the machine that because of this has happened. So the manager or the supervisor removes the cause of the problem and then improvements incorporated into the standard workflow. So what is the output finally? Good products, quality products can be produced. Okay. The third technique by TPS is Kanban. So Kanban method means to design, manage and improve flow systems for knowledge work. Method also allows organizations to start with their existing workflow and drive evolutionary change. So we are used to do this, like this sticky labels, right? So whatever we want to know, like work out. So in like so that no, we will not forget no during our work process. So we usually write all those to be like perform in these sticky notes, and we will paste it in our cabin. Or no, sometimes no, we paste it in our home, somewhere in our home, like on the refrigerator or on the table, the study table or somewhere. Okay, so that like whenever you see those sticky notes, you remember, okay, so this thing I have to follow. Okay, this thing is missing in my home, or this thing is missing in my system. So I have to replenish it. So this is the concept of Kanban. That is So in olden days, only the supervisor who is in charge or only the manager who is in charge of an operation, let it be a production or let it be, like storage or whatever. So whoever is in charge of the operation, so that person only knows how much, like inventory is, available, how much inventory is yet to come, how much inventory is required for that day of production, what production method is to be used, and what is the, like company thinking of, producing at the end of the day, and know who are going to be our, the target customers, to where the products are going, to which target market the products are going. So these factors will be known only to the middle level managers, the top level top level people, and the, like maximum by fact the production supervisors. So the operational workers won't have any idea of this, when they are into the work process. So all they do is follow the command of the supervisor, just like machines. So today the supervisor, like on the start of the day, the supervisor says, okay, so you worker A, B, and C, you're going to work in that like machine number one, and you're going to take 10 units of raw materials and produce like 22 units of like output. So the workers know like A, B, and C, the follows the same instructions, like whatever is given by the supervisor. They don't know no other things what is happening in the organization. But with the use of this Kanban, the sticky note technology, to be I'm using the sticky notes like as a a simple word. So with the sticky note technology, now even the operational workers know what is happening. What is happening in the top management, or what is happening, number of units available, number of inventory. So the quantity of inventory like available in the production, the storage unit. Who has supplied that raw materials? From which vendor like it has come from? And where is the vendor located? And what is the type of raw materials? And how much raw materials has to be taken by whom, and not to be worked on which machine for that particular day. So how many raw materials in process right now, and which would be completed in another 1 hour, like. So all this information, once this is complete, so which transportation truck is like employed to take the completed materials, finished products to the warehouse, or to the market. So A to Z related to the operations, A to Z related to the operations in the production, the employees, the operational employees will get to know because of this Kanban technology, this Kanban system. This is nothing but like writing a kind of sticky note on a big whiteboard, or a big board, kind of a big board. So it's a like it's like a chart. It's like a like a diagram or a chart. However you can imagine, you can imagine. So they can do this by visualizing their workflow, flow of work, limiting work in progress, and stopping, starting, and starting, finishing. So stop and start, then start and finish. Kanban methods gets its name from the use of Kanban, that is visual signaling mechanisms to control work in progress for intangible work products. So few things like are intangible. That is like you can't like see in with your like eyes for that particular time period. So only after it comes out like you can see the output. So for this intangible workflow like you can use this Kanban system. So the meaning signboard is scheduling system for lean manufacturing. That is again that's the concept of JIT. So it is also known as Toyota nameplate system in the automotive industry. So Taichi Okuno, he was the industrial engineer at Toyota. So who has developed this Kanban system? So why he has done is to improve the manufacturing efficiency. Okay, so it follows two important principles. The first one being change management principle, and the second one is service delivery principle. So the first principle, that is a change management principle. So it is to address the human tendency to resist change. So initially, no, the humans, no, they have a tendency to resist any change. So if you call a worker and no, like inform him, no, like since you have not supervised this, no, like this particular production process, the output has become like this. The worker would immediately resist. No, 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 that was not my fault. It was a supervisor fault. He has not given the proper information before we started the working process, or it is my no teammates fault because no, when I was working for the whole time but he was no like chatting with someone no in the factory floor. So people used to know like resist the responsibility or resist the change. So the change management principle no like teaches these or no like educates these employees or the workers to know like immediately adapt to the change, and know like it should be no like not trusted on them. It shouldn't be trusted on them, but they have to know like adapt by themselves. So how you will adapt few things by yourself is seeing it by in your own eyes. If someone comes and tell you no like okay change your behavior because no this doesn't look good, so most of the times no we don't do that. We give no many reasons no for not doing that. But know that the behavioral change no like whatever behavior we are no like expressing or we are no like no like showcasing off, if that behavior can be no like shown to you back no as a visual, so you can understand the impact of your behavior. So you may think no okay this thing has to be changed, okay this is my responsibility, okay these things no I have to do on a daily basis. So this is the change management principle. So what it gives starts with what you do now, understand current process, and know like agree to pursue improvement through evolutionary change and encourage acts of leadership at every level. So by seeing that sticky note, each and every employer will take their own responsibility of no like doing things. They don't wait for the supervisor or the manager to come and give them the command. They know what they have to do on that particular day. They will do it on their own. All they have to do is if they detect any deviation or any anomaly, they have to report it to the supervisor. That's the only thing they have to do. So they don't have to wait for their supervisor's orders to start the process no on a daily basis. So they come to the factory floor, come to the production floor, see the Kanban board. They understand, okay, see, these are the things to be done. Okay, this is the machinery I have to operate. Okay, this number of units I have to take from the inventory. So where is that inventory located? In the warehouse, in this particular shelf, in this particular zone. Okay, let me go and take it. So what things I have to follow before taking my part of no those inventory? I have to use a hand gloves, or no like the raw material is little heavy, I have to use a forklift machine. So which forklift machine I have to use? Everything no is in detail will be in that sticky note that is on the Kanban board, and it's a responsibility of the floor manager or the in charge to maintain that Kanban board. So once the worker has done that process immediately, this worker will update his work or her work in the Kanban board. So by seeing that, supervisor also understands, okay, this worker has completed this process within this time. So the supervisor doesn't have to go and check with the employee or check with the worker to check whether no he or she has completed the task. So just by seeing the Kanban board, the supervisor understands. So the manager understands, okay, this work is done by this particular worker. The second principle is service delivery principle. So this acknowledges the organization or a collection of independent services, places the focus on the work, not the people doing the work. So you have lesser time to concentrate on the people. You will concentrate on your work. So you will concentrate on the quality, you will concentrate on the service delivery. So you know what is your responsibility, what products you have to know like handle, what resources you have to use, what technology you have to utilize, what skills you have to exhibit, everything you know very well, you will concentrate on your work. You will not have no like time, or you will not have no like that the deviation of no looking into no the other people's no work or other people activities. So what is the use of this? Understand and focus on your customers' needs, manage the work, let people self-organize, and evolve policies to improve customer and business outcomes. So these are the two principles which is no like which Kanban technology or the technique no like gives. Okay, the next one is Kaizen technology, Kaizen technique. So most of you would have known what is Kaizen. So Kaizen is no like continuous improvement. Kaizen means it's a continuous improvement. Just like no like agile technology. You might have heard about no this. I think no like we have no went through this agile project management. Few sessions back, we were having no like 4 or 5 sessions, no like 5 week sessions on this agile project management. Okay, so Kaizen is more or less like agile. That is accepting the changes and no implementing it and continuously developing the process, continuously developing the quality, and continuously developing the workflow. So what is Kaizen? It's a continuous improvement under which involves building organizational culture and instilling in its people. It's a value system stressing that processes can be improved and if indeed. So there should be a continuous improvement, no like it's not like no the previous no like olden days. No, you should show some continuous improvement, like in spite of no whatever industry you work in. You might be working in a service industry, you might be working in an IT industry, you might be an entrepreneur, a business owner, you might be working in a supply chain industry. Wherever you work, there should be a continuous improvement no in your the way you work, in your work culture. So improvement is an integral part of every employee's job. So this process is formalized by Kaizen. Again, it's a part of TPS, Japanese word, which means that continuous improvement. So the Kaizen approach, no, it has 6 steps or no 6-step method. So the first one is identify the problem. Okay, what will you do if you don't find any problem in yourself? So there you can know like do a SWOT analysis to identify your know like the other threats or no like other weaknesses. So identify that problem within you. Then analyze the current process. So how you are know like doing your current workflow or current process. The third one is create solutions. So here you can know either with your experience you can come up with the solutions or you can get an expert's advice. So get an expert's advice here. Know like how you are, how what is the know like how you're committed to your work. What is the level of commitment you have in your work? It may be your own organization or you may be working for other organization. That doesn't matter. So how much committed you are in your work. You don't have to get committed to the organization, but you can get committed to your work. So create solutions to overcome the difficulties, to overcome the problem, to remove the negativity or to remove any weaknesses in you, create the solutions. Either you can create by yourself or you can get experts' help. Then test the solutions. So always don't have no just only one solution. Have 2, 3 solutions and no test those solutions. So whichever is working better for you. So how you will find out whichever is working better. So measure and analyze the results. So by now seeing the results, you can know like analyze. Okay, fine. So this is the best solution. No, I can take so that no, I will make a difference in my workflow or in my behavior or in my commitment level or in my like what do you say like self skill development, whatever you would like to change. Then standardize the solution. So make this as a habit, standardize it. So for a few days or few weeks you might be like following this, but after some time again you will be falling on the same pitch. Again, go with the Kaizen approach. Identify the problem, analyze the current process, create solution, test the solution, measure and analyze results, and standardize the solution. whether it is your own personal behavior or it is your organizational culture or the workflow, the production flow, or whatever you would like to know, like you would like to know have a change. That should you feel no, there should be an improvement. So wherever you want to know, like you need an improvement, you can now apply this Kaizen approach. So it's a Sino-Japanese word for improvement, referring to business activities that continuously improve all functions and involve all employees in business. So everyone can be able to know, like follow this Kaizen approach. And it's a concept referring to business activities that continuously improve all functions and involve all employees. It is from the top level to the operational level. Everyone can now follow this process. Kaizen also applies to processes such as purchasing and logistics, cross organizational boundaries into the supply chain. So now logistics has become globalized. There is no like even the smallest, no like or even the very no like a small scale producer can do business internationally because of this online retailing. So now it has no crossed the boundaries. The logistics, the supply chain, it has crossed the boundaries. So it has been applied in healthcare, psychotherapy, life coaching, government, manufacturing, and banking. So not limited to this, but Kaizen can be applied to anywhere else. Even to your personal life, you can apply the Kaizen technology, this technique. So wherever you feel you need a continuous improvement, go on and implement the Kaizen. So if your organization has no awareness about this Kaizen technique, you can now make them understand. Give them the idea of what is Kaizen, what is the need to follow this Kaizen technology. And finally, we have the SOCO. SOCO is nothing but the quality circle. Quality circle is like a group of people. They meet in during the work process. That is when the work is going on in the production unit or in the floor, factory floor, or in any office environment. The workers, operational level workers, they meet, they know as a group, they meet and like they discuss about their the way they work. That is what is needed for like giving like a better quality products and like they can even suggest a few ideas to the top management. They can ask few things for the better working conditions. So these so-called circles, that is quality circles, are nothing but like group of people like like meeting like during the workflow or work process. They select one day or like say half an hour in a day, maybe half an hour in a week or half an hour once in 15 months. So they meet together, they discuss about all the workflow happening and make sure they are maintaining the quality. So let's see about this in detail and the other technologies. We have no other technologies, techniques like okay, we still have Six Sigma, we have Lean, Muda, Muramuri, PERT, and Gantt chart. Other than that, we have to like go through the TQM, Total Quality Management. So right now we are here in SOCO. So we will see the remaining the next week. And if you have any doubts, you can like stay back for 2-3 minutes. You can ask or you can leave the session. I'll meet you next week.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you.